So one thing I will be saying, let's focus on the days. All right, let me share my screen. Let me go back to the constellations and stuff, because I think that's definitely gonna help out. Okay. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is where we're at right now. I'll show you guys where we're at currently, real time. Who is drawing on the screen, bro? Come on, guys. I've been doing that all day. Okay, so this is where we're at currently, right now. Okay, we just now got the 7% on the moon. Okay, of when God sees it as the beginning of the month. The beginning of the month, you should have a holy convocation, a blowing of trumpets. Okay, so could it be that the Feast of Trumpets could have started yesterday for God, coming over into today, ending by sunset today, or it could start by sunset today, finishing off in sunset tomorrow. That's what could happen. So that's why we're giving this extended time. Okay, so it's not like we're saying that we're moving the goalposts. Of course not. We don't know how God's doing the first day.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're saying this. We just don't know because now is the official month. It's the official month. You can't celebrate the Feast of Trumpets without having the seventh month. You need the seventh month first, then the Feast of Trumpets. You can't have the feast first and then the month. Feast got to come in first, then the month got to come in first, then the feast. So that's why we say that. And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
But that is it. Like that is it. So like again, I just want to point out all prophecy in the Bible is directed at
Oh,
Israel
that's okay. That's okay.
unless it's otherwise stated. And so if we're talking about feasts and festivals, obviously those would have to apply to Israel, right? So from the perspective of that 7% that we were talking about, which Trelawney can point out the text that we're looking at, it didn't begin until after sunrise in Israel today. So that would technically mean, though the moon is in the right spot and the condition of the moon is right, it would technically mean that the Feast of Trumpet hasn't started yet.
We don't know how
Technically.
God celebrated.
Exactly.
We
So
do
so
know.
that's so yeah, so all we know is that when the sun sets, the people would see the first sliver of the moon and then they would start blowing the trumpets. That's the command.
I
That's
think it
what it
starts sunset today, bro. I really think that. I think it starts sunset today because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, I
That's
really think
exactly
it
what I'm
starts
saying.
sunset today because the month got to come in first. The month got to be 1/14th first. That brings in
Right.
the month, and then at sunset, then you celebrate the feast. So it could be that
Right.
today, later on at like 10 p.m., excuse me, 10 a.m. my time, sunset. That's when the Feast of Trumpets now begins for God.
It could be.
I honestly
Yeah.
think the same because I keep seeing 23 everywhere, every single day.
Hello. Can I
Because
say something?
go ahead, go ahead.
Can I say something?
Hmm.
One thing that we might be missing is called a feast of trumpet. A feast. A feast. You have a feast in the evening. So, like you said, we begin. The day has begun today. So the feast of trumpet that would have to be in the evening. So if they have the feast in the evening, then you're moving from evening to night. to evening to the following day. That would be Feast of Trumpets.
That's what
Is
I'm
that what you're
saying.
saying,
Yeah,
Tribune?
that's exactly what I'm saying. So
That makes sense because
yeah,
it's a feast. You don't have feast in the
but
morning.
but the
Feast, yeah.
moon, the moon being 7% has to start. That officially rings in the
So
new
is
month.
that moon started now? It started
It already
already
started, yeah.
officially.
It already started.
So we're now
So
waiting for the feast in the evening to this tonight.
exactly, we're waiting for the feast to now start.
Yeah, so once the feast starts in the evening, then you now the day of the 24 hour from the feast from tonight till tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
evening. That will be the completion of Feast of
Yes,
Trumpets.
yes, yes,
So basically, we still have another day to go.
yes. Which I will not be on the live for another day, but you
But
know, I'll be
that's
watching.
still technically the trumpets. We're
Yes,
still good.
exactly. Because look, you cannot look, Brian, on the sixth look. If the moon was never in 7%, we're still on the 6th month according to God. There cannot be no Feast of Trumpets because on the 7th month.
Right.
We need the moon to bring in it first. Ring in the new month. That 7%, that 114th, yes, the moon is now full, according to
Mm,
God. Right?
yes,
So now that is the first day of the 7th month. Then evening to evening is
evening,
celebrated.
the feast in
Let's
the
Right.
evening,
And
let's
look,
and
Brian,
then
look, on
start.
midnight, you remember?
Joshua was
Midnight was spoken to Sister Lingua, and that would make the most sense if it's midnight.
so that will be tomorrow night. That will be technically tonight.
Tonight. Tonight.
Yeah,
Yes.
The
yeah,
second, not yeah,
yeah.
because I think she said it happened between 3 a.m. and 6 South African time.
I don't think
That's what she
Right.
she
said.
said. I don't think she said a time. Also, I think
He
Shingue
said
is right.
midnight that
Shingue
God
is
told
in
her.
here, isn't she? She was.
Let me
Oh,
see if she's in here.
you
Yes,
know.
she's here.
Oh, okay. It's not the time set, but what the Lord revealed to me was that heavenly clock. After He revealed the falling away, that heavenly clock, every stick of it was just hitting midnight. And everything, when it was hitting midnight, he said, "This is the midnight hour when I'll come and fetch you." And then he said, "But for you, it won't be midnight because of different time zones." So when he said because of different time zones, then this is now me interpreting it. Then I started interpreting it to say, okay, if I were to look at it in time zones, it's the Lord will be probably using the Jerusalem time because he always say, look at the fig tree like Israel. So and then I started looking at that way. Even with all the first, the second, and the third watch, I'll be looking at around Israel time when is their midnight. Because when he said this is the time that I'll come and fetch you, it wasn't during the day. Okay. So when I look at Israel time, I always take my time for rapture to be around 11 p.m. South African time.
Yes, 11 p.m. So
Yes,
so when he
till
said
the
when he said so
hour.
when he said it won't be midnight for you, that would mean before midnight then, Sister
He
Langley.
said,
It could. It
he
could.
said it won't be
Because
It
midnight
could.
for
because
me.
I'm in the UK, it'll be 10 o'clock for me, 10 p.m. in the night. So it'll be before
Mm.
midnight. So once it hits midnight in Jerusalem, for me it'll be 10 p.m. at night. For those in
Yes.
South Africa, it will
So
be
hold on.
11 p.m.
We need to
But
define
remember,
midnight the way the
but
Bible defines the midnight hour is a
exactly.
three
Darkest
hour
hour.
window. Is a 3 hour
Yes.
window.
That
It's
Oh,
a
is
three
why
well,
hour window.
I'm saying, yes,
you're
that is why
right.
I'm saying I'm looking at it from 11 o'clock till the early hours of the morning. So that is me starting to
Y-
watch for it because remember now,
So,
this is my interpretation.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
what
So,
the
so
Lord says.
yeah. So that would mean if it's midnight, that would be the first, second, third watch. So we're
Correct.
talking third watch from midnight to
Yes.
3 a.m. So that 3 hour window
Mm.
would be the midnight hour.
It could
That's
be
how.
sunrise, bro.
Well, let's
Yes,
just let's
yes.
just be clear that the Bible defines midnight as the midnight hour, which is a 3 hour window. That's the only
Yeah,
way the Bible
that's the
ever
third. That's the
defines it.
third watch. Remember it talks about the watch of the night. So we're talking about
Correct.
this. That would be the third watch. If it's from 3 a.m. to sunrise is the fourth watch of the night. But if you're looking
Correct.
at
Yes.
that would be it. So it could happen by it
Yes.
could most likely it's going to happen by midnight in Israel because that's the darkest hour.
Well, again,
Yes.
let's be completely clear. Like, we're going off of what she's sharing. Here's the
Yes.
point, though. The moon is exactly right now for it to
Mm.
New
begin to
month.
happen.
It's tissue right now.
It's issue,
Correct.
yes. It's yes. So we're now because we're I think we're gonna I'm just basing on what I feel in my spirit that before it hits when we get down to the final hour, I think
Mhm.
we're gonna know the final TikTok because we're talking about the dead have to rise first, isn't it? The dead have to rise. I mean,
Yes.
all that activity or the shaking, the earthquake, the hour of darkness. To me, that has to precede our being changed. Don't you think, Giovanni?
Can I say something with that one?
Me?
Hello?
You guys talking to me?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you, sister.
Are you guys talking to me?
Thank you. Who's speaking?
Me? Were you talking to me or no?
Yes, I was talking. I was
What was
talking
it?
to.
I'm sorry. What's the question? I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're so
Oh,
tired.
No, it's okay. What's the question?
What I was saying.
Yeah.
I was asking the what the resurrection of the dead. Wouldn't that be preceded by activity? Won't we know? Would that happen quietly, or we won't know about that? Or I'm just understanding the mechanics of it.
I cannot tell you an answer on that because Brother Joshua's testimony. Remember, he said he had the vision. The rapture happened and there was buildings shaking, and he was already up,
Mm-hmm.
but the buildings were shaking already. So literally, it could mean that dead us like that, and then I don't listen.
Oh,
I
you know
can't
what?
tell
Having
you.
Would
said
be
that,
a twinkling of an eye.
when you
Yeah,
think about it, I mean that's not even a good. That's not even a correct idea thinking because remember with the two witnesses, the earthquake happened after the rose. It wasn't even before.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, they be thinking of the earthquake first. That doesn't work. The resurrection could take place, and then the earthquake happens. Then the
Yes.
darkness hits. So we're talking resurrection, our translation in the clouds, and then darkness descends and earthquake descends on the earth.
but yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well, so
Like,
like we don't need to like make it all so like synchronized and like automatic and like instantaneous. It could be a series of hours for all of those things to transpire. We don't really know. Nobody has actually been able to define
We
that
never lived through
clearly.
it. We
Say
have
again.
never not we've not lived through it. We don't. Everything is firsthand. We've not lived through a sort of thing before, so we don't really. We're just
Right.
speculating how
Yeah.
is it gonna
Correct.
go down.
But we do know that God's people, the Israelites, have had to live through similar events before they were delivered through the Exodus. So
Mm.
it is at least possible that there's some kind of overlap for us when it comes to that. We just don't know how much.
Yeah, in my rapture dream, I just remember everyone being like in chaos, but no earthquake. So, but I do remember seeing auroras in the sky when we were being lifted up. Like right before we were lifted up, I told my aunt and I said, "Oh my God, what is that?" Because in California we don't get auroras. I mean, it's rare, you know? So,
Yeah, that would be.
I, yeah, yeah. So when I saw that, I told my aunt, I told her, "Oh my God, get your phone out, get your phone out. What is that?" And as soon as she pulled out her phone, I was lifted up and it was just chaos. Everyone was like, "Where's my child? Where's then
no,
people started like man, it was pretty bad.
Did your auntie get lifted up?
No, she didn't.
Is she
Uh
not? Is she not? Is she not saved?
uh she's one of the ones who for 5 years now I've been trying to tell her we're in the time and she believes, but she just doesn't believe it's the time kind of thing. She thinks that God will send Jesus to come rapture the bride like years and years and years from now, like generations from now. And no one will
Did
listen.
she in your dream? Did you see her? Did she see you go up? Did she actually see you?
No, she just she just said like where did she go? And then my dad was standing next to her and he was like, I don't know where she went. And then after that they saw the other people screaming like, "Oh my God, where's my baby? Where's my kids?"
Wow.
And the whole point of my dream was I was trying to get people into a concert. I don't know what the concert was, but I was like, "Hey guys, come to the concert. Like this is something you don't want to miss. Like come to the concert." A lot of people went in. And funny enough, as I was getting raptured, everyone in the concert was also getting raptured. So I don't know if that was the arc. Like I don't know what the concert was. I'm assuming now, like thinking about it, like maybe that was the arc. I was trying to get everyone on the arc, like get on the arc, get on the arc, you know? But in my dream, it
That
was a
that
concert.
that would be it. Do you have a channel? Do you have a TikTok channel?
Yeah,
So you are using your channel to invite people to come be invite to the rapture, isn't it? So that would be the concert, as it were. Come and join the party. Come and
Mm,
join the celebration.
yeah, that could be it. Yeah, I have a TikTok and a YouTube.
Yeah, that most likely would be the invitation. That's
Yeah,
what we're all doing. We're trying to get people to the ark is about to leave. We're about to go. Come and join us. Don't get left behind. Prepare yourselves. That's what we're doing, really.
yeah, and I think it's even crazier because like all the solar flares, what is that gonna create? An aurora in the sky, and I'm like, wow,
Yes.
that's crazy. That's crazy.